Okay man, thank you, we don't need anything, okay? Jezu, na pustyni tyle rzeczy posadzić. Coś mieliśmy minąć, z której strony? Mówiłem ci, Renata, więcej piwa, więcej przetwarzanego jedzenia, wtedy będziesz taka silna jak ja. Dzień dobry Państwu, kolejny dzień, kolejne śniadanie. Budzimy się w Lamu, Subira House. Śniadanie raczej typu gourmet. Na szczęście mamy obczajone tanie, dobre knajpki na mieście, więc z głodu nie umrzemy. Dostaliśmy jeszcze trochę więcej gourmet rzeczy. Ciepły chlebek, jakieś dżemiki. To jest peanut butter po polsku. To jest mango jam with ginger po polsku. A to jest jeszcze jakiś inny dżem. W błędzie byłby ten, kto pomyślałby, że to już wszystko. Dostałem jeszcze omlecika. Przy czym na początku poprosiłem o jajka, potem pan mi pokazał właśnie, że to zielone to tutaj jest ich jakieś lokalne i to rośnie i można zrobić omlet z tym. Na co ja, you got me. I też przypilnowałem, żebym mi niczego nie zabrał. Żebym mógł wylizać każdą jedną miseczkę do końca.
Naprawdę bardzo dobre rzeczy.
Jaszczur.
Zawsze jemy są jaszczury.
Właśnie odkrywamy dalej nasz własny hotelik. Tutaj jest nasz pokój z naszym sitting area. Tam pod daszkiem jedliśmy śniadanie. A tutaj takie rzeczy, drodzy Państwo. Ale wiesz co, Renata? Tam jest widok na morze. No ładnie, ładny widoczek na fort z morzem z tyłu. Ale tu po prawej mamy innych ludzi, więc już nie będziemy tutaj przesiadywać. W ten sposób dowiedzieliśmy się, że są w hotelu inni goście.
Here, use this one and then this one.
Yeah. I will take something to cover.
Luckily, these days it's pretty cloudy at times. So
Yeah.
it's not sunny, sunny, sunny.
Niesamowite jedzenie na śniadanie. Zbierane z farmy, którą szwedzcy właściciele naszego hotelu sami prowadzą jakimiś turbo-eko-naturalnymi metodami. I idziemy teraz tę farmę odwiedzić. Wprawdzie musieliśmy o to poprosić w ostatniej chwili, więc pani trochę się zakłopotała, bo nie miała kogo poprosić, żeby nas tam zaprowadził. Idziemy odwiedzić tę farmę sami, z tego względu, że nie ma kto nas tam zaprowadzić z 30-minutowym wyprzedzeniem. Jedynym challenge'em jest to, że trzeba tam iść na przestrzał przez wyspę, gdzie nic nie jest oznaczone. To na Google Mapsach jest po prostu wielka żółta plama. Dostaliśmy coordinates, czyli współrzędne geograficzne. I będziemy po prostu szli na azymut jakimiś polami nie wiadomo czego. Pani trochę się nas bała tam puścić w ten sposób, ale jak jej opowiedzieliśmy, jak robimy spływy kajakowe i śpimy w namiotach i sramy w lesie, tego jej nie powiedzieliśmy, to powiedziała, że dużo jej lepiej będzie puścić nas razem. We don't need anything, thank you. Okay man, thank you, we don't need anything, okay? Nam się natomiast nigdzie nie spieszy, dlatego zaczniemy dzień od litra wyciskanego soku owocowego. Mamy po jednym z kokosa, ja na swojego jeszcze czekam. I dla mnie jeden bonusowy z watermelona, to jest po polsku z arbuza. Tak, dziękuję. Za jakieś 7,70 za sztukę. Właścicielka mówiła, że będziemy kluczyć. To kluczymy. Łatwo nie będzie, nie powiem.
Ale ty też powiedziałaś, że jest krócej.
Tak, no zdecydowanie krócej niż plażą. Coś mieliśmy minąć, z której strony? Ciężko powiedzieć. Tak nasza trasa wygląda na mapie. Żebyście widzieli, o czym mówiłem, kiedy miałem na myśli żółtą plamę. Idziemy do tego punktu w lewym dolnym rogu. A tak nasza trasa wygląda w rzeczywistości. Po wykaraskaniu się z gęstej miejskiej zabudowy. A w zasadzie to wioskowej. Jesteśmy w jakiejś 1/3 drogi. Renata już wymięka. Mówiłem ci, Renata, więcej piwa, więcej przetwarzanego jedzenia, więcej głęboko smażonego, więcej sosów syntetycznych i wtedy będziesz taka silna jak ja. A w ogóle to super farma tutaj już. Super farma, hehe. Jak jakaś firma farmaceutyczna. Pierwszy płot na kijach z drutem kolczastym. Po środku takie małe ogrodzenia wokół roślin, które mają wyrosnąć, żeby ich pewnie osły nie poobiadały, a enklawa 2. stopnia tam w środku z desek, żeby pewnie osły w ogóle do środka nie powłaziły. I zgaduję, że tam coś sobie rośnie. W ogóle jaka duża przestrzeń tej farmy. I takie farmy mijamy teraz z jednej i z drugiej strony po drodze do tej, którą chcemy odwiedzić sami. Jesteśmy coraz bliżej. Patrzcie, jakie są tutaj ogrodzenia antyosłowe. Osłonne. Hehe, ogrodzenia osłonne. Ale jestem zabawny dzisiaj. Już prawie na miejscu. Jeszcze tylko musimy znaleźć właściwy numer domu. Królewskie przywitanie mamy. Królewskie. Ale wejścia jeszcze nie widzimy. Prowadź nas, mordo. Pies pomaga. Jeszcze żeby nam drogę pokazał. Słuchajcie, 20 minut kluczyliśmy się i udało się w końcu.
Tutaj używają jakąś technikę sadzenia suchą, coś dry, coś tam. Wszystko jest organiczne.
Wow.
I używają bardzo mało wody, powiedziała pani, jakąś specjalną techniką, ale może tutaj więcej nam wytłumaczy.
Myślę, że zdecydowanie nam więcej wytłumaczą.
Ale pięknie.
Jezu, na pustyni tyle rzeczy posadzić. Wow. Właścicielka Subira House mówi, że Subira House to może sprzedać i będzie próbowała. I tu sobie wtedy zamieszka. To jest dopiero hit, co nie? Co za miejsce na środku, kurde, wydmy. Zaraz się dowiemy o tym, jak tutaj sadzą, co i wszystko jak działa. Może się uda pokazać co nieco na kamerce.
Do tego mają dostęp na pewno tylko ci turyści, co tam przychodzą i o ile chcą.
Cześć, tak, drugi przyjazny skurczywyk. O Jezus, ale słodziak, ale jestem słodziakiem, no nie do wiary, jakim można być słodziakiem.
So when you look at this building, we have about 3 zones here, and then with permaculture zoning, the whole idea is where do we invest our energy, our time and effort. So if you have a whole plot of or a whole piece of land that's about 3 acres, you cannot really have your chore at the last bit of the land. You use the chore every day, you frequently visit, and so what you need, you bring it a little bit closer to where you stay. A case in point, when you check our veggie beds, we have it a little bit closer to the kitchen. So anytime you can just snack in and pick what you want and go and cook. So what you need should be closer to you. So that is one aspect of zoning, comes in the planning and developing a permaculture site.
Do you find them like this in the ocean, or how does it work?
No, with the corals, what we do is it's being mined out there. So this is shapings. You just get a lump sum of coral, then you shape them to a bricks.
Okay.
So once you're using this kind of bricks, you need to give it spaces for breathing. Less otherwise, this is what you will see. It breaks down even in the buildings. It weathers off with time, and if you don't give it the breathing spaces.
Is this the reason why Subira House has so many tiny windows?
The whole thing is with the plastering, right? The tiny windows is just ventilations and stuff like that. But when you look at the building, when you look at the plastering of the building, we use more of water plaster and it's breathing. So we do first course, second course, then third course. So we leave spaces. Here is sort of like our hospital. We do some planting. Like I said, this soil is really empty. So what we do is when we take out plants, we plant them out. At one point, they may not do so well out there in the garden. So what we do, we bring them back, look after them, get them stronger again, then take them back out. This is the bukashi. When you look, we have peelings, eggshells, anything that is breakable from the kitchen. We drop it here, then we add this EM. This is effective microorganism. So you just add 2 cups of this in. Then you keep it airtight. It's going to seep from here, here. Then we shall have the juice, which we shall use to mix with water 100 parts, then you take out to the garden.
Where do you get the EM from? Just from Amazon or?
The EM you can make it from home. You can have a homemade EM, or you can buy that ready-made from Amazon or whichever. Edge effect comes about when two ecosystems gets to meet. And let's say this shamba and this shamba, these are two separate ecosystems. Now they are meeting here at the boundary. Now at the boundary, a totally different complex ecosystem is formed at the boundary. You know, resources from shamba 1 meet with resources from shamba 2 at this edge. Now, permaculture principles of edge effect says here there's a lot of productivity, a lot of resources coming in. You know, it's like the intersection of two ecosystems. If you have a look at plants growing at the edge, they are far much better than what is growing on both sides due to the edge effect. You make use of this edge effect to grow abundance. So it's our major source of water. So we pump from here. This is the well. So we pump right up there, and it's used for our irrigation purposes. This is also housing our store, our pump. It's not only serving us holding the tank, but it's playing more than one function. How can we make one element do more than just one? So that's what we need to look at. The water that produces in Superior House comes from the shamba. You know, this is an island, and there are lots of the water table is very low, it gets very salty, it gets very contaminated. So we trust the well water. It's a little safer to use, so we boil it and take it out there to Superior for you guys to drink. This is our reservoir. So in case this water fails us, or in case we have shortage in the well, we have something to depend on. So this is our reservoir, and here we also have some live fish, small fish, that keeps the system a little bit intact. They eat the larvae, the mosquito larvae, and try to keep this water as clean as we can. This water is very nutritious, it has a lot of nutrients, and we use this to water our beds and our gardens. And this is we are partially off-grid. We are both on electricity and solar. Solar does the pumping job. Electricity is basically those appliances. So solar is with lightings and running these simple machines that we have around here. We have we call it gold water. When you look at the urine, we get to collect all our urines from the shamba. We don't really throw it away. Like I said, every resource is really much needed here. It has lots of nitrogen, and that is what the fruit trees need. And every morning, we pick 1 cup of this to 10 liter of watering can. We mix that, then we feed with the plants every morning. So moringa water is kind of like an alternative to urine. Moringa water plays the same function urine does. So with this, we just get choppings of moringa. We get moringa, chop them into pieces, and put 20 liters of water. Plus that, then we ferment with time. Then what we get is this nutritious water that we use. So we feed with the plants.
Renata, you certainly love the smell.
Yeah,
It's fine, it's fine.
She's just very
it's
vulnerable.
the mindset, you know.
Yeah.
But since when you are growing all those plants?
Most of the trees, the shamba started in 2019. The permaculture bit of it started in 2019. And most of these trees have been down for some years now. What we have put down recently is out there, I think about a month or some weeks. We have this young flamboyant, these young ficus trees. This is pomegranate. You've ever eaten pomegranate fruits?
Mm.
Oh, you love
Pomegranate.
Yeah, pomegranate.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is a young pomegranate, and we need to feed it as much as we can. So it's mulch. This is compost soil fed onto this guy, and then hopefully she picks up well. You know. So they need lots of food, lots of moringa water, lots of urine. Each and every time for it to boost and get going up there. Here is our vegetable beds, and here is our compost pit. With compost is a ratio of 2 to 1. A case in point, you get, let's say, 2 sacks of dry matter or brown matter. Brown matter could be leaves, anything, anything carbon in nature. Then the green matter could be the lilies, the comfreys. So it's 2 to 1, the ratio. So with composting, we're looking at having a ratio of 2 carbons to 1 nitrogen. So let's say 2 sacks of dry matter to 1 sack of green matter, then you break them down here with the kitchen scraps, the ashes, and anything that you can find to build up soil. So at the end of the day, this is what you get. This is the soil you get. It's really yeah. So this is the soil you get.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Smells like soil.
Yeah,
Like
it came
actual
from the leaves,
terrain.
came from the kitchen scraps, came from the food scrap that we eat. So this is what we get. Now this is what is feeding the soil, and this is what is feeding the plants. Without this, we cannot really grow. When you compare this,
Yeah.
this is the go-to guy for us to grow here. So what we try to do is we try to keep the soil covered as much as we can, because should you leave the soil bare, this is what you'll get.
Yeah.
This we watered yesterday, but if you feel the soil, it's still wet, it's still having
Ah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So the mulch helps to keep the soil covered, helps to keep this water in. This is sukuma wiki. This is Kenya's favorite. If you don't grow this in Kenya, then you're not in Kenya. This was a trial bed. All these are trial beds. Now what we're looking at is we need to go polyculture wise. With polyculture, we do companionship planting, you know. There are plants that supports the growth of the other. So if you say identify, let's say sukuma wiki, you look up which other plants support sukuma wiki, or which other plants can grow hand in hand with sukuma wiki. When you look at these leaves of sukuma wiki, it's being disturbed by pests and stuff like that. Now, you as a gardener, what you look at is you're not aiming at spraying everything with pesticide or stuff like that, no? The problem is not the pesticide, or the problem is not the pest. It's just trying to tell you that your system is in disarray. Something somewhere is missing. Now, you need to bring, or you need to close the niche. A case in point, this guy is not growing here because it is supposed to grow. No, this wheat is just trying to tell us that there's an empty niche. You need to fill it.
Oh,
You get? If you don't fill it, nature is trying to tell you, I will fill it for you. That's why these guys will grow here. They say they're weeds, they say they're unwanted, but they are an indicator of empty spaces. This is moringa. We call it the miracle plant as well.
That's the one I had an omelette with today.
Yes,
Yeah.
So our favorite is to make omelets from this. You've ever tried the moringa omelet?
he tried
Yeah.
today.
It's super. You didn't? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, you should have tried it. It's
Okay.
super.
She's trying to go vegan, but if you have eggs from this farm,
Yeah.
which you probably do,
So
then she might be convinced.
okay, so this is we refer to it as a miracle plant as well. It has more than per se a number of uses. This is also we have the as a liquid fertilizer. When you eat the leaves, you eat the shoots, or you eat the seeds. It's medicinal in nature. It's food. It's food for us. This is what we live on here in Kenya. There are not so much food to eat, so people go about with everything that they can find. You know, there are numbers of wheats that people eat, like talakushe. It's something rare, but because people went out there, you know, to look at this is edible, so they don't really disregard it as wheat.
So this moringa is also naturally growing in some places here in Kenya, or you need to grow it by yourself.
Moringa, it's native. That one is native to Kenya. We have the Kenyan moringa. There are various types of moringa that do grow in Kenya. There are those ones that are native to Kenya, and then there are those ones who came out from
I think
out.
what she wanted to ask is whether you have to plant them or they also grow.
You have to plant them.
Okay.
You have to plant them either from cuttings or seed. This is what we want to build, kind of a passion trellis. It's coming up, but not so well. Hopefully we shall be able to establish a good passion trellis. It needs bits of fixing here and there and tweaking. When you look at this plant, it's doing so well here because we fed the soil. Okay, like it's having a store of food down there. We're still in zone 1, and this is cashew nut. You get nuts from it. You get the leaves for mulching. You get the wood trees for fuel, and it produces some good fruits. You've tasted cashew fruits?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should try. It's really very delicious. This
fruit,
is
yes.
pomegranate. This is lime. This is a line
Cashew.
of
Cashew.
this is a line of cassava. So this is another of our veggie bed. same old thing. So the idea is we're trying to use this period of time to experiment, to test, and to try to learn from this garden that already exists. When you see a leaf go yellow like this, what is the plant telling you? What is it missing? What does it need? So you be very keen to note this kind of changes or this kind of indicators that the plant always tells you, so that you don't make the same mistakes again.
And this is eggplant, right?
This is eggplant. Yeah.
This is how it grows. Some more over here.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Lots of chilies, lots of butternut. I think this guy is surviving. Need to take it out. Yeah.
Oh, it was, you mean it was ready?
Yeah, it was ready. We didn't just say it.
Nice.
This is chili, this is basil, this is skuma wiki. So we had different plants that support each other so that they're able to grow. See? So the next time we grow supporting fruit tree, supporting veggies and stuff like that, they'll be a little different from here. We just keep a minimum distance and we continue to feed the soil, give them what they need, and they'll be able to feed us back. So this is our veggie bed. We also have some donkeys too, because on the island, donkey is the main transport system.
We noticed.
We don't really have cars, so probably moto, piki, they have range of drive, so they don't really come into here. This is our store and everything on the shamba for the store. Yeah.
And how many donkeys do you have?
2. Amani!
It will come?
Yeah?
Ah,
I hope she comes. She's not really fond. This is the donkey shelter that we have. There are 2 donkeys that we have on the shelter.
donkey shelters.
Yeah,
One for each.
one for each.
Yeah, these might be the best conditions the donkeys have on this
the
island.
Yeah, you can. I agree with you 100%. We are really very humane with animals.
Lime. Everything's here represented.
So this is zone 2. Now our goal in zone 2 is to produce a fruit orchard. And like I said earlier, this thing is not a one-day kind of stuff. It's a kind of a progressive procedure. It's learning, unlearning, and relearning at the same time. Because when I plant out that frangipani, I give it some time. How will it do here? What will it need here? So it's bits of planning. Permaculture is all about. It's a design process. So it's a design science that has processes that we keep on, So in zone 2, we're trying to produce, we're trying to put up a fruit orchard, and we'll be able to stack up all these empty spaces and be able to grow lots of fruits, lots of mangoes, lots of, all these fruit trees. So this is albizia. This is one of our most reliant plants on when it comes to mulch. This is the well where all our water comes from.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, my grandma did the same. We also had those in
Yeah, it's so common in Romania. So this is what we drink.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Going
Digging
through
it?
soil, digging it until you found the water, right? Or how
Yeah,
do you do it?
yeah.
And you said you also cook it.
Yeah, we boil it a little bit.
Okay.
And it's served up for you guys to drink and for us to drink it. So that is residence for one of us, one of the people helping us on the shamba. Says, here on the shamba we have compost toilets, compost showers, compost toilets, because we are trying to keep everything that we use here as much as we can. Water is pretty much scarce, so any drop of water that you have on the shamba you need to really be keen on. This is what we call, you're trying to start up a no dig. You'll first dig down, you do your first round of digging, because this is pure sand and needs a lot of amendment. If I pick that plant and grow it here, it's not really going to do the same as that. On your second digging, you feed, do lots of feeding on the planting bed. That's why you see them, they're really doing so well here. So this is one of our test beds. A weed, as they say, it's called talakushe.
How exactly do you eat it?
We use it as veggies. We get this, we cook this.
Okay.
We cook this, you can either chop them and then
I
boil
see.
or fry, do anything you like with
Just
it.
as a salad, sort
Yeah,
of.
just a salad.
Nice.
You get them. And it's also the same way you could cook this. This is shisha, or you can say amaranth. This can grow anywhere on the shamba. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, if you get those seeds then, but generally they do everywhere and they can come up themselves and you can get to pick them. This is kind of trial. We are trying out these spaces and we'll be able to get something out there. Now we also do have we do receive volunteers every now and then. And when visitors like you guys come around, if you want to spend a day here, a week or so, this is your spaces that you get for yourself. And this is where our volunteers stay. All our shower water or probably shoshos get down is soaked here and it's used to feed these guys around here.
Renata, are you sold on the idea
Yeah, I like
of
it very
coming?
much.
How many volunteers do you receive usually?
We are at max receiving 3.
And from where they are coming?
They come from everywhere. The last volunteers, the last bunch we had came from France. Next month, some are coming from South Africa. There are local volunteers that come from within Kenya.
Nice.
Anyone who would express interest, we just do some matching and see if you fit into our working criterion. We take you up. This is kind of our shower space, and it's a little bit out of order, but the thing is, we do compost toilets. So this is more Swedish bucket of sawdust. Then you do all the businesses, pour in some sawdust. Then later on, when it is filled, we take it out. We take it for planting out. What we get from this, we always plant with the trees. We plant with the wood trees. So when we want to do some planting, that's one of the number one guy we always go for the chore. So this is their private spaces, and yeah, we need to keep it in order.
Wow, the volunteers have a life here.
Wow, that is great.
I also like the
Yeah,
windows of glass bottles, right?
yeah, it's super.
Yeah, I'll take one more picture.
Yeah.
The thing is that since I started recording, I have less pictures, and I love pictures. So now I have to do both.
Yeah, I let my phone, unfortunately, but I will have your return.
This is also still part of the volunteer spaces.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is great. That is luxury.
Yeah, we need to keep it a little bit in order, but yeah, this is called makuti. It's got from coconut leaves. This is what they use for the roofings here.
But if you are putting these ones, you can keep it for the whole life.
If the weather is good, it can go for about 6-7 years at max. Yeah,
And then you need to change it.
you need to change it. There's a way you get to recycle all this. This is what we're using for covering our compost or putting shades on all this. We really don't need iron sheets everywhere here. It sucks.
So let me guess, zone 3?
Yes.
Wow.
So nothing really happens here. This is kind of like a chill spot. We come here once a while just to check on the plants, to feed them, do some mulching, do some weeding, just to keep the house in order. So most of our energy and focus is kept in zone 1 and zone 2. Zone 3, like I said, is kind of like a chill spot, but still life goes on here. We have these coconut circles, numbers of plants that were put in place. And now this is the makuti we are using for mulching. So this, in zone 3, what we want to do is build a food forest here. Our focus is growing food-producing plants. We shall take it back for making compost. This is ash. Now this is one of our best guys.
It looks like her eyes are wider open than the eyes of the average donkeys down in Lamu.
Maybe she's happy. Who knows?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. Knowing.
But you know what? I saw that the people are letting donkeys next to their houses, and they are not moving at all.
Yeah, totally. They just, we
Yeah.
saw a donkey just stand still for like 20 minutes
Whoa.
in sun.
Yeah, and we were just like touching and see nothing.
We try to be humane as much as we can.
Renata, you want a picture with the donkey?
The one jealous. Now this is so cool.
I didn't know they could be jealous, to
My
be honest.
goodness, you saw how she came running.
Yeah.
Now see what this is trying to do. They communicate in a way.
You have to use
I
one
will
hand
touch
for
both
one.
of them
Yeah,
so they won't be
exactly.
jealous.
Do donkeys bite?
I know.
Okay.
Is it pregnant?
Yeah, that's what we
Do you see the difference?
Yeah, they're different. That is what we are thinking all along, but she has been like this for a number of months now, and we're giving up on her pregnancy.
Yeah, half of the donkeys down in Lamu look like they're pregnant.
Yeah.
So my thought is that maybe they're just built this way.
Yeah, probably.
Elo mordy, fajnie było. Odmachane.
Food forest, what we're looking at is aiming to produce food-producing plants, to grow food-producing plants like nuts, fruits, and but as well as, you know, have some support species. So this is where we want to start up a food forest, but otherwise it's still a work in progress. So all this needs planning, all this needs designing, all this needs, so we cannot really just come with the food trees and begin. It takes a lot of time. That is one of my favorite spots. So
Because it's so far away from other people.
yeah, but actually now it's not going to be very far away. So by the way, we have camels on the island.
Camels.
Yes, that is where we stay. There are about 4 camels.
So where are they now?
They have gone out to eat and stuff like that.
I see.
Yeah,
They have gone out as a tourist attraction.
No, okay.
That's not Diani Beach. That's not the case.
No, no. So what the idea for basically waste management? No, they are going to be helping to bury the waste around Lamu, in the city.
I know this, you know, ecological part because my grandma was doing the same and reusing stuff for flowers or for growing potatoes, you know.
And see,
And
You see, she did permaculture before it was cool.
yeah, she did permaculture.
permaculture, it shouldn't
Permaculture.
really be overwhelming. This time, you can somewhat say it's a common sense, but rather, you know, it has that element of design in it.
Yeah,
Permaculture is observing. When you observe, you see, you look,
yeah.
you judge,
Mhm.
then you act. So when you have these 3 in mind, you'll be able to look and be able to really get the feedback from what you're observing, then you'll be able to act on what
It's just new fancy words for all the same stuff that people have always
you
done.
got it right.
Is this
What
some
is
sort
this?
of rice?
That is ugali.
Ugali. Yeah, we should try it because I was
Yes,
saying to
definitely.
you that we need to try it.
Yeah. And this one?
That is sukuma wiki. What we're saying from the ugali.
Jeszcze przyszła fasolka. Załapaliśmy się na fantastyczny rodzinny obiadek. Wszystko tutaj rośnie z wyjątkiem tej tutaj masy kukurydzianej, którą właścicielka Subiry kupuje od lokalsów. I z tego co widzę, to my w trójkę z Tomem jemy sztućcami, a reszta w taki oto sposób.
They can breathe. They can be able to stay as much as they can. If you and this it's like a pillar. Yep, it's from mangrove. It's super strong.
From mango tree.
Yeah, mangrove.
Mangrove.
Mangrove,
Okay.
yeah. So they can stay here as much as they can. This house is about 7 years now old. So this is the public space.
Yeah, it's very private. I'm recording it now.
No, you can't with that.
It's gonna be seen by 10 people.
This is our lousy. She's called Lulu. She eats, sleeps. And she's so sensitive to camera. When you bring a camera close, she'll pose for you and stuff like that.
Really?
Show you her stuff. You see?
What can you do? Show us what you got. Siema.
You can breathe, wake up and have this view. I love waking from here and take some nap.
No i żeby to kiedyś było na bookingu. Żeby to kiedyś było na bookingu.
Shower, okay, with all this at night and stuff like that.
O Jezu, nie.
Look at my piazza.
Opuściliśmy szambę, jak to się pięknie nazywa,
Shamba.
i wbijamy na wydmę,
No,
za
it's
którą
fine.
jest plaża. Niemaletko. Tak dosyć pomału się po tym idzie. Pewnie można by szybciej, ale bardzo nie chcę postawić nogi na jakimś dziwnym miejscu. Ciemniejsza strona tych plaż. Niestety mijamy takich miejsc całkiem sporo. Niektóre muszle wyglądają tak, że człowiek sobie myśli, że to musi być jakieś szkło albo coś. Ale nie, to muszla. Tutaj dużo lepiej do pływania, bo nie ma tak płytko, tak długo. Tam dzieciaki pozrzucały uniformy szkolne i kąpią się przed powrotem do domu łódką. Dzisiaj jesteśmy trochę szybciej, więc nie musimy obchodzić tego kompletnie naokoło tam lądem. Możemy tak jak wszyscy eleganccy panowie zdjąć buty i przejść wodą. Jedzonko przyszło. Ja mam dzisiaj rybę dnia. Z 3 wybrałem sobie barracudę, bo brzmi najbardziej egzotycznie. Chapati, czyli nasze naleśniki. Sałatuńka. Renatka ma warzywka. To był mój drugi soczek pomarańczowy. To jest mój trzeci soczek bananowy. What have you ordered?
Coconut, Moroccan vegetables, some chops and salads.
Coconut is always good.
I'm from Romania and he's
Romanian,
from Poland.
Poland.
I studied history, world history, Georgia, Romania, and Ceausescu.
Yeah,
Ceausescu?
yeah, Ceausescu, yeah.
I think he
Oh,
was
she was
Yeah,
born.
it's a hard
She was
history,
born
yeah.
after
tough, you know.
he died.
Poland, who is the Walenska?
Wałęsa.
Yeah,
Wałęsa.
the labor leader.
Exactly.
I admire. I mean, he was admirable, you know, to move away from the communist system to democracy like this.
Where are you from?
Oh, he's from here, Kenya.
From Kenya too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nairobi, I told you,
Interesting.
there's a small town.
But
Yeah.
2 hours drive.
it is when I left here about 25, 30 years ago, corruption was like this. Now it is like this, and that's the problem.
Thank you so much.
I
No więc siedzimy sobie w knajpie z Tomem z Ugandy i nagle z ulicy macha do nas kobitka, która 2 dni temu siedziała koło nas na stoliku w knajpie w Mombasie. Mówi, że jej mąż generalnie gdzieś tam poszedł coś pozałatwiać, więc ona by sobie z nami posiedziała, pogadała. No więc posiedziała, pogadała, chyba z pół godzinki. Jej mąż przyszedł, też pogadał. Wymieniła się z Renatą numerem telefonu, dostaliśmy zaproszenie na Florydę. Pożegnaliśmy się wszyscy i tak tu się żyje na tej wsi.
Tak, najśmieszniejsze jest, że ja nie za bardzo przypominam sobie teraz ich twarze, ale to, że oni nas gdzieś zobaczyli
Na
zwiedzając
ulicy, nie?
te same
Tak.
miejsca w Mombasie w ogóle, nie w Lamu.
Tak,
Ale
czyli
spotkaliśmy się
generalnie.
w Lamu też się liczy.
Publiczne oglądanie telewizji na głównym placu miasta. Ja bym krzyczał, że ktoś te kanały przełącza. Kochanie, ja wiem, ja naprawdę wiem.
Wiem, ale te laski nie lubią, żeby być na tym.
A, o to chodzi, dobra. Najwyżej na mnie nakrzyczą. Co tam dzisiaj w telewizji?